Hi and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the Faber watercolor set. This I think is the kids or the student version, I would call it, because yes, this is the student version. This is for INR 50, which is their selling price. I got it for 48 in a store nearby, so you can check out different options. So I'm quite excited to try this. I have never tried the Faber watercolors before. So they have 6 colors in this. Let's open the cling wrap here and see all the details inside. So here it is. They have some details over here, and these are the colors. There's white, lemon yellow, carmine, viridian hue, cobalt blue, and black. So they say these are oh, this is very interesting. So they have given you tips on how you can do wet on wet, you can do dry brush, and also graded brush technique. So that is very nice. So let's try this out and see how they are. These are very cute, cutely packaged. So each one is about 5 ml here. So they have the details of the colors written over here, the viridian hue. So they don't have the primary colors. That is what I think I have noticed. There's the lemon yellow, but I think carmine is more pinkish, and also cobalt blue. So let's try these out and make a cute little painting. Maybe we'll make a fish like this in an underwater scene. So I'm going to take all of these colors, put very little of it inside my palette, and we'll test out all of them one by one and make a nice painting. 5 ml is very less, so there is a chance that this may come out. It is just the pigment protector. I'm not able to recollect what the name of this oil is, but it helps to keep your paints intact and fresh for a long time. So don't worry if you see this in your paints or in your tubes when you open them. Generally, I find student range a little hard to work with. Let's figure out today how these are. And I've got the blue and the last color. The blue seems to be really thick. So each one seems to have a different consistency. And lastly, the black. So we'll start off first with creating some swatches. So let's go on. I'm starting with the black. So when I mix it, it is giving me a good consistency. Let's try it out on the sheet. Getting now some water. So it does gradate quite well. We'll move on to the blue. So one thing is there will be some small specks of colors. You will have to make sure that you mix it really well. This is a common thing seen in a lot of student grade paints, so don't worry if yours have like that. Just need to use a little bit of water, a little bit of patience for you to mix your colors thoroughly. The blue looks good too. Moving on now to the carmine. So the carmine is a little pinkish, so it'll be hard for you to make a lot of colors using this basic palette because they don't have the primary colors along. Okay, I think a little bit of yellow may have come on to my paper. Okay, so carmine looks good too. Washing my brush thoroughly to get now a little bit of yellow. Yellow looks amazing as well. Moving on now to the green. So this is a viridian hue. This is again not your regular green. This is more I think bluish green. So it is very nice. I really like the set. We are going on now to the white. It may not show up on camera. Yeah, I don't think it shows up much on the camera, but it seems to be good. You can also mix in your colors. Normally you don't do that for watercolors. It'll become like a gouache consistency, but I think I can see like that as the only way to use the white. That's how I use my whites. So this is something that you could try out if you're experimenting, because if you're going to be getting this set, you will probably be experimenting with watercolor painting. So in tube sets, I think this is really nice. I love how the colors are. They look quite nice. So we're going to make now a quick cute little painting over here. Just a really small one, maybe a fish. And we'll test out these colors. So all around this we will use a nice blue. So I'm going to just drop in the colors. I want to use like a wet on wet technique because we've seen gradation already. Okay, so let's take some Carmine, add in some water, and just add dots. If it's not spreading, just add some water next to it. You could also add in a little bit of yellow next to it wherever you want to. Right now I just want to try this out. While this dries, I'm going to pick some more yellow. And drop it. Let's also take some viridian hue. A few drops of it. While this dries, I'm just going to mix some blue for the water around. Switching over to a slightly bigger brush. So when you're making this painting, and if you're a beginner, please be careful. Do the blue around the fish only when the fish is completely dried. Otherwise, all your colors are going to merge with each other. Just taking water to have a very smooth transition on the edges. I'm quite impressed with these colors, to be honest. I've never tried the Faber Castell watercolors. If you've seen my other videos, you would have noticed me using a lot of different kinds of brands, but not watercolors from this. So I was pretty intrigued to try these out. It is a little hard, like you can see in the gradation over here. There is a little bit of cakiness that comes in, but I think for the student range, this is pretty good, because you may be trying out basic techniques with them. So that way this is quite nice. So I'm going to wait for this to dry out, and then we'll add in a little bit of outline. We'll use the same black paint from here, and we'll finish this. Now that my fish is almost dried, I'm going to use some black paint and a size 0 brush to do the outline. You could also use a pen, but I want to use the black over here and see how this is, which is why I am continuing with that. Oops. So I'm changing my brush to a 00 because that seems to have some trouble. It's creating like double lines, so I want to avoid that. So that tends to happen with brushes quite often. So in case you ever face it with yours, don't worry about it, it's a normal thing. You can try and see if it gets better with time. If it does not, you will have to replace them. So this is what my final drawing looks like. I really like these swatches. I think the colors are really nice, and if you're somebody who is looking to get out into this watercolor space and find out how this works for you, you should consider getting tubes. Tubes is the best way to begin your watercolor journey, and if you're looking for a gifting option for kids or for anybody else who's interested, I think for INR 50 this is a very good set. It has 5 ml tubes of 6 colors, so it's a nice buy. I hope this video was useful for you. If you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications every time I put up a new video. See you for the next one. Bye bye.